Few families in the world can claim to have produced 3 generations of football stars. But in Kenya, one name shines above the rest, the Origi family. From Austin Oduor to Mike Origi and finally to Divock Origi. This is the story of Kenya's greatest football dynasty. Our story begins in the 1980s with Austin Oduor, the eldest of the Origi brothers. A tough defender, Austin played for Gor Mahia, the pride of Kenyan football. He was not just a player, he was a leader. Nicknamed Makamu, Austin captained Gor Mahia during their golden era. In 1987, he led Gor to the African Cup Winners' Cup, also known as the Mandela Cup. To this day, that remains the only continental trophy ever won by a Kenyan club. Austin lifted that trophy high, not just for Gor, but for an entire nation. He also represented Harambee Stars, standing tall as one of Kenya's greatest defenders. Austin Oduor was more than a footballer. He was a symbol of Kenyan pride. But the Origi story did not end there. Austin's younger brother, Mike Origi, carried the family torch forward. Mike began his career at Shabana FC before moving to Kenya Breweries, today known as Tusker FC. It was here that he made a name for himself as a dangerous striker, combining speed with sharp instincts. He became a pillar of Harambee Stars, playing in 3 consecutive Africa Cup of Nations tournaments in 1988, 1990, and 1992. At a time when Kenyan football still commanded respect in Africa, Mike Origi was at the heart of it. But what truly set him apart was his bold move abroad. In the early 1990s, Mike signed for KV Oostende in Belgium. From there, he played for Racing Genk and several other clubs, carving out a long and successful career in Europe. He became one of the first Kenyans to truly establish himself abroad, proving that Kenyan talent could shine on the international stage. And while he built his career far from home, he always carried Kenya in his heart. And then came the 3rd generation, Divock Origi, Mike's son, born in Oostende, Belgium in 1995. Though raised in Europe, Divock grew up hearing stories of his father and uncle, of Harambee Stars and Gor Mahia, of a family bound by football. He chose to represent Belgium, but his roots were and always will be proudly Kenyan. At just 19 years old, Divock announced himself to the world at the 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil, scoring for Belgium against Russia. Suddenly, the name Origi was on every football fan's lips. Then came his time at Liverpool. Divock may not have been the star every week, but he became something more, a legend of the big moments. In 2019, he scored twice in the unforgettable 4-0 comeback against Barcelona, one of the greatest nights in Anfield history. Days later, he came off the bench to score the decisive goal in the Champions League final against Tottenham.
From Mathare to Anfield, from Gor Mahia to the Champions League, the Origi name had traveled across generations and across continents. Think about it, 3 generations of football greatness. Austin Oduor, the captain who lifted Gor Mahia to continental glory. Mike Origi, the Harambee Stars striker who took Kenyan talent to Europe. Divock Origi, the Champions League winner, forever remembered at Liverpool. Few families in Africa, even in the world, can claim such a legacy. The Origi family is not just a family, it is a dynasty.
The Origi story is bigger than football. It is a symbol of hope. It shows that Kenyan talent, if nurtured, can shine on the global stage. It shows that our players can rise from local pitches to the world's greatest stadiums. For young footballers in Kenya, the Origi name is proof that dreams are possible. For fans, it is a reminder that our football heritage is rich even when our systems fail us. The Origi family showed us what Kenyan blood can achieve. The question is, who will be the next to carry that torch? From Austin to Mike to Divock, the Origi family will forever live in the story of Kenyan football. This is not just a family. This is not just football. This is a legacy. If you want more real Kenyan sports stories, subscribe now and join us in keeping the legacy alive.